Forget what they wore. It's what was said in these acceptance speeches at the 2016 Emmy Awards that got us all talking. Today's Clevver Newsfeed is brought to you by Hulu, where you can stream original series, current season episodes the day after they air, hit movies, and more. You know you've watched a good acceptance speech when you have laughed, cried, and booed OJ Simpson all in 30 seconds. The 2016 Emmy Awards brought all of our favorite celebs into one room to celebrate the very best of television. From HBO's Game of Thrones and Veep to FX's The People vs. OJ Simpson, there was some serious talent in the house taking home their shiny trophies. But let's keep it real. We watched the VMAs for the craziness, we watched the Oscars to see JLaw fall, and we watched the Emmys for the speeches. Here are tonight's 5 best. Aziz Ansari and Alan Yang won for their writing in the Netflix series Master of None. And Alan called out the diversity gap in Hollywood, saying, quote, "There are 17 million Asian Americans in this country and 17 million Italian Americans. They have The Godfather, Goodfellas, Rocky, The Sopranos. We got Long Duk Dong," a reference to the shameful stereotypical character in the film 16 Candles.
Asian parents out there, if you could just do me a favor, if just a couple of you get your kids cameras instead of violins, we'll be all good.
Only Julia Louis-Dreyfus can make us belly laugh and then cry and then make a political statement all in under a minute. During her acceptance speech for Veep, she chose to, quote, "personally apologize for the current political climate. I think that Veep has torn down the wall between comedy and politics. Our show started out as a political satire, but it now feels more like a sobering documentary." Wait for it. Then she promised to, quote, "rebuild the wall between comedy and politics and make Mexico pay for it." There it is. Now, just as quickly, she then shifted gears and gave us all the feels when she dedicated her award to her father, who passed away on Friday.
"I'm so glad that he liked Veep because his opinion was the one that really mattered. Thank you."
Rami Malek won his first ever Emmy for his role as Elliot in Mr. Robot, and he might have given us the best first line ever during an acceptance speech.
"Please tell me you're seeing this too."
That was a sneak peek to his very paranoid and delusional character on the show. But yes, we were seeing it too, and we also saw his authentic shock and humility during his speech, while at the end, he showed some love to all the weirdos in us. Quote, "I play a young man who, like so many of us, is profoundly alienated. And the unfortunate thing is, I'm not sure how many of us would want to hang out with a guy like Elliot. I want to honor the Elliots because there's a little bit of Elliot in all of us." Touché. Now, the trial of the century won big at the Emmys. FX's critically acclaimed The People vs. OJ Simpson took home 5 trophies, but it was Sarah Paulson's raw speech about the real Marcia Clark, who was sitting in the audience, that merited its own award. Quote, "The more I learned about the real Marcia Clark, not the two-dimensional cardboard cutout I saw in the news, but the complicated, whip-smart, giant-hearted mother of 2 who dedicated herself to righting an unconscionable wrong."
I, along with the rest of the world, had been superficial and careless in my judgment, and I'm glad to be able to stand here today in front of everyone and tell you I'm sorry.
And last but not least, the transgender community received a heavy dose of support by the team behind Amazon's Transparent. Quote, "Give transgender talent a chance. Give them auditions, give them their stories," adding that he would not be unhappy were he the last cisgender man to play a female transgender on TV. It was the second win of the night for Transparent, which also took home Outstanding Direction for a Comedy Series for an episode that was directed by its creator, Jill Soloway, who noted, quote, "When you take women, people of color, trans people, queer people, and put them at the center of the story, you change the world." She ended her inspiring speech with a call to action. Quote, "We need to stop violence against trans women and topple the patriarchy." My new mantra, topple the patriarchy. Now, which was your favorite speech of the night? Let me know below, and then be sure to click over here for a recap of the best dressed at the Emmys. I'm Miriam Issa. Hit me up on my socials, and I'll see you guys soon. For more Clevver, click left to watch us take on couples yoga on Beauty Trippin', or click to the right as we are unboxing Kylie's latest eyeshadow. We'd also like to thank Hulu for sponsoring this episode of Newsfeed. Stream your favorite TV shows, hit movies, and more. Hulu, come TV with us.